Is that a dragonfly?
Footsteps. Big footsteps.
Some odd fella was following her around.
She was a druggie.
The Red Soul has the power to amplify the unique characteristics we all possess, mentally and physically.
A postcard with a dragonfly on it. A wrapped sample of Sang Rouge and a note.
What did it say?
Investigate the Clarksons.
Who's FK?
What is all this? Where's Patricia?
York! Agent York! York! Agent York! York! Agent York! Hey! Agent York! Agent York? Hey! Hey, Agent York.
You're Lise Clarkson.
What's wrong? You're acting weird.
Sorry, Patty, I'm fine now. More importantly, do these red seeds come from some kind of plant that grows around this area?
I don't know. What do I look like, a botanist?
This isn't your average backwoods town. The Clarksons' ego and control has been piercing the town's heart like a massive dinosaur bone. But over this past century, time has been busy eroding the beast's power from within. And now, the very thing that once fortified this town is polluting it with putrid gas and rotten marrow. Zach, this is the point where it all collapses.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Deadly Premonition 2, where we continue on with the story. And we gotta search for clues at Lisa's discovery site. Which is right here. Oh, we have to go in. It kind of feels like they're hinting that York got infected by Saint Rouge. That's why he's doing weird shit in the future, but we'll see. If we hold this. So now, until very late in the game, I realize using concentration in the investigation scene shows the important parts to investigate. So let's look at the unimportant parts first, just to get, the most out of it.
These red seeds keep sticking out to me, but we need to figure out what's going on with this altar before we focus on anything else. Isn't that right, Zach?
That's important too. I don't know if if we look at unimportant stuff, that it will stop us looking at important things.
There's some decomposing cloth here. We saw the same type of cloth at the sugarcane plantation. They must have used that cloth when they transported Lisa's body. But who cares about mundane evidence like that? This isn't a case that can be solved by gathering the kind of evidence we'd need to submit to a court. There's a flat, evenly weighted stone here. I bet we could use this to score an amazing stone skipping record. Let's give it a try whenever we get some downtime. For now, we need to focus on this investigation, Zach.
If we look up, is that important as well? No.
These bridge beams have a very unique shape to them. One straight support in the center, reinforced by V-shaped columns coming up diagonally from the sides. Did this bridge always look like this? Oh well, I'm sure it has nothing to do with this case. Let's move on with the inspection, Zach.
Let's look at the cut grass.
The growth is all missing from this particular section. It wasn't just cut away. She used fire to burn it out. Everything was planned so meticulously, as if she wanted to show this altar to someone. That's why Chuck ended up discovering it.
It's happening again. I can't go down.
This altar is covered in burn marks, but there's hardly any residue left. There's no way for me to tell what was burned here. I could send it home for analysis, but is that really necessary? It'll just end up giving Abrahams more busy work. More importantly, Zach, someone who knew how to manipulate fire was behind all this. In other words, these roots prove that Lena was here. And that's enough for me. After Lise Clarkson was murdered, her body was put back together here, just like how Galena's body was dismembered, then rearranged within the holding cell. Lena Doman and PJ's bodies were also blown to pieces in the end. Perhaps that's the nature of the curse that's taken hold of the Clarksons. What do you think, Zach? Is there any significance to these similarities? Zach, this is an ominous sign. Among all the different footprints here are a set made from engineer boots. Yes, I know. He probably only made them when he came to inspect the scene. I'm sure that Patty and I left our own set of prints here too. But how do you explain the set that's inside the yellow tape?
Who do we know that's an engineer?
Hey! FBI! The hell you doing back here?
Did you notice anything strange before your daddy went missing? Did he seem different from usual, or say things that didn't make sense?
Nope. He was the same as always. We talked a lot. I reckon he was in a better mood than usual. Almost even too talkative.
Zach, she's putting on a strong face, but it's clear that she's very worried. Let's try and cheer her up a bit. What's the best thing to say in times like these?
You don't need to worry about me, Agent York. Let's just focus on the work we have left to do.
Unfortunately, it looks like your parents' disappearing is connected with this case somehow.
Yeah, I know.
Melvin seems to love you so much. It's hard for me to believe he would just disappear and leave you all alone. Something must be afoot here. I wish I could tell you I'm sure they're okay, even without any evidence. But I hate lies, Patty. I can't guarantee that they're safe. That's my honest opinion.
I'm trying to prepare myself for it, but I want to hope that they're okay.
Of course. Zach and I feel the same way, but if you happen to think of anything that might help, please let me know. Even the tiniest piece of information could end up coming in handy.
Yeah, I understand. But I really don't know anything. I just feel like I know that Mama's okay somehow.
Meaning?
Even when we're apart, I can always tell how my mama's feeling. You know, like how twins can sense each other's feelings? But that's it. I can't tell where she is or what she's doing. Besides, I'm just a kid. Can't really trust what I'm saying, can you?
Zach, it seems like she and her mother possess some kind of secret bond. But we shouldn't try to force it out of her. Yes, you're exactly right. Let's just keep our eyes on her for now. So, what other movies have you seen on that sci-fi movie channel?
What? That question again?
What did I tell you? In this country, all dialogues...
Okay, I'll answer it. I need to think of a movie that Schwarzenegger was in. Oh, okay, I got one. It's a film about people who travel around the world in 80 days. I think it was a remake of an older one. They went to a bunch of different countries, and there was tons of CG, so it was fun to watch. It starred some kung fu guy and a British man. Sorry, but they didn't ask your beloved Arnold S. to be in this one.
Around the World in 80 Days, 2004. Directed by Frank Karachi, starring Jackie Chan and Steve Coogan. Unfortunately, Patty, it appears that you didn't watch this film closely enough.
I did too.
Then you must have been far too distracted. He's in it, Patty.
In it? Who is? Wait, no, it can't be.
That's right. Arnold S. is in that movie.
You're lying. There's no way. I mean, he was already governor of California by the time that movie came out.
You're exactly right. In October of 2003, he became the new governor of California, but he was still able to appear in the film since it was in a small enough capacity not to interfere with his governing duties. You can find him in the Istanbul segment.
What? I sort of remember the Istanbul part, but the prince? The prince with the crazy hairdo?
That's right. He played Prince Happy, a romantic with long hair, skilled at telling stories and playing the guitar. He was so in character. Even I didn't recognize him at first glance. Flawless makeup, hairstyling, costume design, and impeccable acting. I was speechless. I believe that entering the political world only allowed him to further widen his acting repertoire. His acting was always so realistic and full of presence. But then, he went and added elaborate technique on top of it. Perfection. Patty, I'm now convinced that you've been seduced by his charm without even realizing it. That's why you've been unconsciously seeking out films that he appears in. You don't need to feel embarrassed. It's a perfectly natural phenomenon.
Yeah. Let's just get back to the investigation. Come on, please.
You're right, Patty. This is no time for idle chatter. We have two important goals now. Solving this case and finding your daddy. Let's get back to work. No more chit-chat. You heard her, Zach. We need you to focus as well.
But I want to see more dialogue. I didn't know she was a huge fan of Arnold.
That melody always gets stuck in my head.
Yes, it's a devilish song, isn't it?
Just be quiet.
It's a good one though.
You already solved the case, yeah? So go on. Get your ass out of town.
No, we didn't.
Why do you think I solved the case?
The fuck?
Shoot! Exactly how stupid are you, FBI? This is Luke Carre, remember? Every feller in town already knows that Professor Orr's the one behind all this shit.
Hey, Chuck. Can you see the altar from there?
I'd see the whole damn thing, along with your stupid ass standing there, trying to act all smart and shit.
You told me that the poacher's boat you were chasing disappeared around this area, correct?
What is he doing?
Yeah, that's what I said, all right. What, you forget already? If you're just gonna waste our tax dollars out here, least you could do is catch them goddamn poachers. Fucking FBI. Go make yourself useful for once in your damn life.
Chuck, we don't chase down fishing boats. Unless it's a terrorist boat that plans to overthrow our government, that is.
Huh. Then stop acting all leery, like I ain't being truthful or whatever. I'm busy too, you know. So long, FBI.
Zach, he just taught us what the true purpose of this altar is. It was built here so that the ritual could be watched from a boat in the bayou.
What do you mean? They could have just walked out here. There's no reason why they had to watch it from a boat.
The goddess of fertility, Patty.
Oh god, that's kind of terrifying.
The goddess of fertility. A fine name indeed. So much blood has been shed. Yet you remain in this town. Surely you know why.
Of course I do, Hungan. My work here isn't finished yet. You know, I could really use one of your oracles right now.
You're more fun than I thought. Here's the oracle you ask for. Listen with your heart. Speak to the 17 comrades who saw the birth of New Orleans.
17?
Feel the holy Allah. The giant lady's finger points down toward your goal, the entrance to the forbidden.
Poetic and graceful as ever, Hungan. Hungan's oracles are leading us toward the core of this case. That's the one thing I'm sure of. But don't misunderstand, Zach. I'm not blindly following him. I only follow my intuition. Metaphysical offender profiling. That's all there is to it. The 17 comrades must refer to some area that has 17 of the same thing in it. We may need to use history to figure this one out.
Cemetery?
After all, we need to find someone or something that saw the birth of New Orleans. That's not it, Zach.
Oh.
The 17 comrades must have survived for a shockingly long time. Remember, they were here to see the birth of New Orleans. And we can't just round up every last old person in town. Somewhere, there are 17 comrades who've survived for a very long time.
The trees.
That's it, Zach.
I feel like I could accomplish something for once.
The French established the colony of La Nouvelle-Orléans in 1718, just about 300 years ago. The only 17 comrades that would have been around back then are the 300-year-old oak trees along this road. A majestic road lined by oak trees. Come on, let's go ask these sages of Lucare for some help on our investigation.
What about the lady's finger?
Zach, the Holy Allah is a shockingly simple metaphor, especially considering the quality of the oracles we've received thus far. It seems as if Hungan's poetic muse is finally running dry. The great thing about us Americans is that we can recreate our homeland anywhere. We're happy to transport crunchy bacon across the deserts of Africa if we need to. That's what it means to be American, and this Holy Allah is just another example of that. From the early days of the frontier era, they've been helping us Americans be what we've always meant to be.
What's a holy Allah?
Hey Zach, if the Holy Allah needs to be filled, things must be dire. Imagine what would happen if the Holy Allah were to run dry.
But-
Townspeople would instantly face multiple serious problems.
Is it...
They'd lose their domestic water, of course, but it would also affect their irrigation and industrial water. It would be a much greater crisis than simply losing the ability to take a shower. No one would be able to make fresh coffee either. We definitely need to finish up with this oracle before that happens.
I don't even know... Oh, the water tower? Is that what he's talking about?
That's it. I never doubted you, Zach. The Holy Allah refers to a water tower. Specifically that water tower with its Clarkson family crest. It must be hiding some sort of clue. Let's fill the Allah and see what it yields.
With what? Oh, was that just a saying? What about the lady's finger?
Zach, what do you think the giant lady's finger is?
Exactly!
I'm at a loss.
Is it the lady we saw
I
before?
never thought one of Hungan's childish riddles would force me to think so hard. But, oh well. I'm sure that as we deal with the rest of the oracle, it'll reveal itself to us.
Yeah, probably.
What? Is there something on my face?
Listen carefully, Patricia. As my skilled assistant, I trust you a great deal, so I want you to answer me honestly.
Answer what?
Do you have any idea where Melvin might have gone?
No.
He didn't seem to be acting or talking differently than usual?
No. I don't think so.
Okay, I believe your words. Zach, we have a lot of work to do. It feels like we're finally approaching the climax here.
Is it the climax of York's story? Or is it also gonna wrap up Zach's story? Which has taken a weird turn. I don't want to stone skip again, if that's what that icon was for. It's a Tuesday, 7 AM. We can probably go... We don't know where the hell that one time is, so we're probably never gonna get it. We're never gonna get these 5 beads. Don't know if it's gonna mean anything. Does Galena have a grave we could deliver it? Alright, we'll probably head to Memorial Oak Street first. I think we had a balloon for that. Wait, there's a balloon here. Right? Oh no, it's up there. Okay, so where exactly? M45? This way. Was this always here? I thought all the trees were here. Did they murder a tree?
Zach, do you sense that? These trees have watched over this land for the past 300 years. Long before the Clarksons built up their town, these trees were here. If they could speak, I wonder what they'd have to say about this case. Has there always been a different number of trees on each side?
Yeah. I heard that by the time our town came along, there were only 17 left. A general from the South might have cut one down during the Civil War.
Intriguing, Patty. Why did he cut one down?
I don't know. Folks say he planted a red tree in its place. I don't know if that's true or not, though.
Zach, the shape of these seeds. They look just like the ones we saw at Lisa's altar. Patty, it appears that legend about the red tree wasn't a total lie. The first tree is withered and gone, but the shells from its seeds remain. Perhaps that red tree left some descendants somewhere else.
I know 2 of them! Ah, doggy!
Zach, he seems to know something that we don't. Doesn't it seem like he's trying to guide us somewhere?
What? What's going on?
Change of plans, Patty.
Let's follow the dog.
Let's go on a little stroll with that Dalmatian.
Eerie. What if I ditched the dog? Would it still be waiting for me? Oh, is it taking me to one of the red trees? Which means we have a long, long ways to go. I thought it was going to lead me to the old lady there. Yeah, if we're going all the way to that pond location, that's where one of the red trees are. There it is. We can see it. At least the game gives us a lead to where the trees are instead of making us search for it ourselves without any clues. Here we are.
Is this the red tree that General planted?
No way! This is a maple tree.
A maple tree? Then it shouldn't be red at this time of year.
You're right. That's strange. A long time ago, my mama and daddy used to come here together a lot. They told me they used to go on dates here, back before I was born.
They're probably doing something else instead of just a date.
Mama would make sandwiches, then they'd come here and eat them together.
Saint Rouge sandwiches?
My mama was really pretty, you know. When I was a kid, I believed she was a real goddess. Under the boughs of a legendary tree that stayed red all year long, a small miracle was born. One man managed to win the heart of the most beautiful girl in the world. And they call him Melvin Woods.
Looks like it's time to move on. What a fantastic guide we managed to find. He actually waited for us to finish talking before taking us on to the next spot.
It seems reminiscent of the first case in first Deadly Premonition game. Okay, so I know the second tree is all the way at all the way here. That's the other red tree I know of. I hope the dog isn't gonna make me run all the way there. But if the dog is leading me there on foot, I might just have to speed this up. Oh, wow. Where are we? Oh, we're in the middle. That's cool.
Hey, Patty. How would you rate this creation?
Not bad, I reckon. They made good use of its natural form, while also pulling out the soul from within. The artificial color also looks pretty. You don't usually see this level of harmony. Something unnatural always ends up getting left behind.
Zach, did you catch all that? She sounded just like the curator of an art gallery in New York. I think we may have just uncovered a new side of her. But unfortunately, I can't see anything artistic about it. Honestly, it looks insane to me. That's all I get from it. And there's no way that this is a descendant of the tree that the general planted.
Oh. We're ditching this tree. Wait. I guess the dog doesn't wait for you. What the heck? Oh my god, it's swimming across that. How dare they? Oh my god. Oh, it's very slow though. Where the hell are we going? We're going in circles. I'm worried about, I want to save, but I'm worried about losing the dog, because it doesn't seem to wait for me at all. Let me grab that. Okay, I think I lost the dog. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, it does not wait. I really, like, if I even stopped for a moment, I thought it would maybe look back at me, but no. No chance. Unless it just runs around in circles while waiting for me. Is this game trying to make me lose the dog? Oh my god. Oh my god, thank goodness. Alright, I think I'll end the video here, and we'll see where the dog leads us in the next part. Bye!